Alright, what's up YouTube? What's up sports fans? It's Billy B, back with
I Live to Win.
Alright, we're going to talk about topics that are trending today. So, without further ado, I Live to Win's going to talk about the first one.
Where is Dwight Howard going to go? And I saw on SportsCenter the other day, they had 3 trade destinations for him. They had the possible trades. The one was ludicrous, though. It was Dwight Howard to Miami in return for Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. I don't know if that was just a hypothetical trade they were putting out there, because I highly doubt that trade is going to happen.
I mean, I probably think that was a hypothetical trade because, I mean, there's a lot of talk that, you know, LeBron plays second fiddle to Wade, and LeBron plays a lot better when Wade's not playing because, you know, he always is like a little brother to Wade. So maybe that was just a hypothetical, but
probably
LeBron might actually flourish without Wade on the team. Maybe that's what they were trying to insinuate there, but
I think that would be a bad move.
That would be a bad move, yeah, because I mean they could obviously win a championship without Dwight there. So,
yeah. And then the second one, which was the next two, are very interesting. The second one was Dwight Howard and Hedo Turkoglu in return for Carmelo Anthony and Tyson Chandler, which is a very interesting prospect to me.
That's a little lopsided, I think.
In terms of whose favor?
The Knicks are obviously getting the better end of that deal, I think.
I think so too, because Carmelo Anthony is like a poison to a team anyways. Yeah. But it would kind of make sense for both teams because the Magic would get a guy in Carmelo who would jack up a bunch of shots and be a scorer for them and be like a leading scorer. Right now they kind of do it by team ball. And the Knicks would get a guy who is basically Tyson Chandler 2.0. But I do like Tyson Chandler a lot. And, you know,
he just doesn't put up a lot of points. He's more of a defensive guy.
But I don't like getting rid of Tyson if you can avoid it. But for Dwight Howard, I mean, yeah. And you're getting rid of a cancer in Carmelo Anthony, or what has been a locker room cancer in Carmelo Anthony. I think that would be an interesting trade. And then the third trade rumor was a 3-way trade, and that was with the Rockets, the Lakers, and the Magic, where Dwight goes to the Lakers. And the Lakers give up in return Powell, and they give up Andrew Bynum, which is a lot to give up. Powell would go to the Rockets, and I believe that was the only player that was going to the Rockets. And then the Magic would get Andrew Bynum along with Kyle Lowry and I think it might have been maybe Luis Scola. So that would be an interesting prospect. But to me, that's too much to give up from the Lakers end, because Bynum has the potential to be a much better scorer than Dwight Howard has ever shown to be. Dwight has never shown to be quite a scorer. Yeah. He's a defensive guy, which, yes, it's important. But that Lakers team struggles to score as is. I mean, Kobe's doing all the work as it is. You lose Powell, who's one of your leading scorers right now, and Bynum, who has the ability to drop a lot.
You didn't watch the game last night. Steve Blake was tearing it up.
I mean, obviously. You probably should just get rid of Kobe and, you know, let Steve Blake do all the shooting. You might be better off.
He was 4 for 5 from 3 at one point in the game.
That's pretty good. Give it to Steve Blake more. All right, who was it, Mike Brown now? Mike Brown the coach?
Yes. But, I mean, obviously, being from Philadelphia, for the Sixers' sake, we hope he doesn't get traded, because that's the only way the Sixers will actually have a chance of getting him.
What, free agency?
When he goes to free agency, so we can amnesty Brand, get rid of some of their contracts.
And then pick up Dwight.
And then pick up Dwight for the max contract.
Sixers championship, 2013.
But we obviously have to hope he wants to come here. I mean, he obviously is friends with Iggy, and he said he would like to play with him, but obviously he would rather play in L.A.
Who wants to play with Iggy?
I don't know. I mean, he said he wanted to play for the Nets. I mean, I don't know why he would want to play there.
Duran.
Well, even with Duran, they still stink.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we'll see what happens.
We will see. When he gets traded, we will have a video.
That's correct.
Or if there are any other big trades in the NBA, we will have it.
Of course. Always tune in. We probably got something. And we have one more topic left. So let's get into it.
Alright, and the last topic we're going to talk about is today, Brady comes out with some news. I know you're probably thinking about Tom Brady coming out with some news, but not that Brady. Brady Quinn. Yes, the forgotten man in Denver. He comes out, you know, he's a little bit bashing of the Tim Tebow train here. He's coming out saying, I would have liked to have a billboard. I was the second string quarterback when Kyle Orton went down the one game. Kyle Orton ended up getting up, finishing the game. But then when he got benched, Tim Tebow got all the rest of the starts. I think
because the fans are pulling for him.
Yes.
Is what he said.
I think it should have been me that got the starts. I think, to me, he sounds like a jealous kid. He got his, I mean, he started for Cleveland. He couldn't even start for Cleveland, for Christ's sake. So, I mean, I actually like that he's doing this because that means he's on his way out of Denver. I think Brady Quinn sucks. I don't like him. I've said this many times in our videos if you've watched them. I don't like Brady Quinn at all. Not too high on the Notre Dame quarterbacks at all.
Well, none of them have worked out lately anyways.
Exactly. So, I'm actually happy he's saying this. This way there's no chance of us re-signing him at all. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Tim Tebow next year at all. I know they just said that they're going to
sign two quarterbacks
to compete with Tim Tebow. I'm just glad it's not going to be Brady Quinn. I mean, regardless of what happens with Tim Tebow, I just don't want Brady Quinn on the team anyway.
And I think it shows you something when an organization and John Elway and John Fox, in my opinion, they don't want Tim Tebow to succeed. So if they are going to actually start Tim Tebow week in and week out and not put in Brady Quinn, that should probably tell you how Brady Quinn's talent level is. Because if they believed that they did not want to put Tebow in if they could, and they still did not go to Brady Quinn, and like he said, Brady Quinn stunk in Cleveland. I mean, he was terrible. He never put it together, and I doubt, I shouldn't say I doubt. I was going to say I doubt if he'll find another team, but Rex Grossman got signed after the Bears years, and how did that happen? A guy sucked on the Bears. It goes, the Redskins say, oh, let's start him.
I'm sure he'll find somewhere to go, but
probably Washington.
He's not gonna be a starting quarterback in the league next year, I'm sure, unless
the Redskins sign him.
Unless someone goes down, but stay tuned.
It's also gonna not be very good for him because you're bashing your teammates. I mean, how does that look?
I mean, I read also in reading this, Tim Tebow got fined for not, for this billboard thing that he got the fans.
Right, he was fined by
players. Right. Kyle Orton got him fined for this billboard going up. Like how?
Which it wasn't even him that did it, of course, which is ridiculous.
He didn't. Yeah. Why would he get fined for this? I mean, I understand that it's not good for this. Kyle Orton was the starting quarterback. What does he want to? What did Kyle Orton want Tim Tebow to say? I don't want to start.
What he wanted Tim Tebow to say was, guys, I appreciate that you want me to start, but if the team feels it's right for me to start, then I'll be starting. But right now, Kyle is the starter. Please show him support. Don't put up billboards trying to get me.
What other quarterback in the league would have said that? Not one.
I'm just saying that's what Kyle Orton wanted him to say, and I guess maybe that's what some of his teammates, wanted him to say. That was what they wanted. But whether or not they should be that extreme or not, I mean, obviously Kyle Orton was upset. Picture that. I mean, Kyle Orton's sitting there. He plays well in Denver, and plays that well there.
When did he play well? I mean,
I think he played well.
He started 6-0 the one year, and then he went 3-16 the next 19
Basing
games.
off win-and-loss record, yeah, he hasn't played that well. But if you base on statistics, where his touchdowns to interception ratio over the past, 2 years when he started for Denver in the beginning, they're not that bad, honestly. They're really not. He's played well enough, I thought. But
watching the games, he choked big time. He was worse than McNabb choking in the clutch.
Main point being, he was upset. He wants to be, obviously, he wants to keep his starting position. So, he looks at it like, oh, you're undermining me. What are you doing to me, Tim? Tell them that, God will strike you down if you put up billboards. But,
regardless if he said it or not, they still would have put up the billboard. They still would be cheering.
Yeah,
so
of course. It's irrelevant.
I feel like he's in a no-win situation regardless of what he says. So.
Yeah, well, people, it's easy to bash him, and people always bash him.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm just glad Brady Quinn likes to run his mouth now, and, he can continue to lift his weights and come out with his protein bars and sit on the bench.
Now he's done.
Thank you, Brady Quinn.
And now we're done.
Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let us know if you have a topic that is trending in your area or news-wise that you think we've missed.
Anything you want to hear us talk about.
And we will see you next video.